Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to yet another Home Fragrance Empties. That's right, it's the end of another month, that month being March. If I'm surprising you with this news, I'm very sorry. I am one of those people where when the end of the month rolls around, it always catches me off guard and I'm just like, wait, what? How? Like, this just started, right? It's been here for a while. It was definitely a prolific month of, oh my gosh, I'm covered in Penelope fur today. I'm hoping you guys can't see it. I am matching Alf, who is my little black pug, perfectly today. Alf's fur has started to shed for a really long time. He did not shed, but all pugs shed. So, oh, hello. And here he is. Yeah, we're matching today. So mother and son are wearing the same outfit. I am also wearing black sweatpants. I basically look like the Grim Reaper. My outfit here. Hi, you're so sweet. Well, goodness. Yeah, he's just gonna rest there. So yeah, it was another month of really productive burning and melting. I'm gonna take you guys through all the candles, give you some final thoughts. A lot of these also spent a fair amount of time in my candle crocks, or one or two, a couple of them at least spent some time underneath my new candle lamps. If you don't know what a candle lamp or a candle crock is, I will link my Candle Crock 101 and my Candle Lamp 101 video in the description box down below. Also down there, I will put links to where you can find all of these candles and wax melts. If I have any discount codes that you can use to get some money off of your purchase, I will link those in the description box as well. It's always a plethora of information down there, so feel free to take a look-see, and happy shopping if you choose to partake. And let's get into it. Alf has now awkwardly settled into my lap, and you might hear some snoring, and that's okay. I find it very soothing and relaxing. Hopefully you do too. And maybe by the end of this video, we'll all take a nap. I'm tempted. All right, raspberries and whipped vanilla. Okay. Really don't have much good to say about my Bath & Body Works candles that I burned through this last month. Definitely a bummer, but just par for the course, so no point in complaining. It just is what it is. And so she went into the candle crock. This one started sooting. Also, the wicks were releasing a lot of like wick fibers and like that carbon residue back into the wax, and it kind of started to change the fragrance of the wax just a little bit. So when I put it in my candle crock, it smelled just fine again. So it lived its life there. So this candle did serve its purpose. I get a lot of questions about how long candles will last in a candle crock or underneath a lamp. And I think that all kind of roughly depends mostly on the candle that you're putting in there. Is it completely full, like unused, never been burned? Is it half full? Does it only have like a burn or two left? Has the wax color like changed and turned kind of dingy? That might affect how the candles smell in the crock. There's all sorts of things that can vary the performance that you get out of a candle from a crock or a lamp if you're using it that way. I would say most of my like full unused candles that I just automatically put into a crock or a lamp, I can get a lot longer with the lamp, I will say, because you're not melting everything at once. You're kind of going layer by layer. With a crock, usually a week of like continuous fragrance. So you're basically releasing the oils from the wax, and then at the end of that week, it kind of really starts to dissipate, and eventually you're gonna be like, it just smells like wax. When you get to that point, you turn your candle crock off, you let that wax harden, and then you can take that candle out and put it in your empties, or like a normal person, recycle the glass and whatnot. So, and with the lamp, you know, it really kind of varies with that as well. It depends on the lamp that you have. The one that I have, I can usually get, I would say like easily 4 to 5 days of like 8-hour like melting sessions from each layer that I do. So again, if I have a full candle, that's a lot of layers to get through. If I have like a candle that's only like half full, that's, you know, that's less obviously. So anyway, I feel like I did a very poor job explaining that, but you'll probably get the idea. So anyway, check out those videos. I probably mentioned in there, I don't know, I did those videos, especially the candle crock. I did that a while ago. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the candle lamp. So, but there you go. There's some useless information for you. I don't know if you can do anything with that or not, but it is what it is today. Having a little bit of an off day when it comes to words and filming, so we're just gonna go with it. Raspberry Mimosa, loved her. I did put the last little bit of this one just in a crock because I felt like I would get a little bit more life out of it that way. So I love Raspberry Mimosa. This one just smells like kind of like a fruity crayon, a slightly fruity crayon. Speaking of fruit, this is the Dragon Fruit Lemonade from Country Candle. I just recently uploaded this review at this during this week at some point, but I was burning this candle like several weeks ago. And after I finished the video, I decided to put her into a candle crock and loved this in my candle crock. This was definitely a solid like 5-6 days of getting fragrance out of it in the crock. I have 3 crocks going at any given time around the house, so that was delightful. This one also, usually when I was finishing reviews of my candles, in order to get through them faster, I have just been burning to the halfway point, doing my review, and then putting them in the crocks. Sometimes when I wanted a change of pace, I would take one candle out very carefully, obviously, because the wax is going to be all melted. It's easier to do when you don't have as much wax in the jar. And then I would plop another one in. This one, for example, is Fruit and Flakes. I've already done a review of this. It is delightful. I already purchased a backup. It smells like cornflakes with bananas, like whole milk, and then just a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. It's, as far as cereal candles go, the cereal candles that Kringle put out for the spring season have been absolutely fantastic, super authentic. There is also a Marshmallow Morning, which is right here. And you can tell these were in the crock because you can see how the wicks have shifted. This is why you don't ever, and one of the wicks just fell into the jar here. This is why you don't ever relight a candle that has lived its life in the crock. What the candle crock does is it warms from the bottom and then also the sides, but what'll happen is your wick clips are going to become loose because that glue heats up, and it allows the wicks to kind of travel around as you're, you know, enjoying that lovely melted wax. And when it hardens, if you light this, for example, this wick, this one right here, very close to the glass, what can happen is it can cause your glass to break, like explode, crack. Hot wax makes a huge mess. We all know this. Everyone has had a waxident of some degree at some point if you're burning candles. It's a nightmare to clean up. Also, it's a massive safety issue because it can also cause a fire. So if you're going to commit to crocking a candle, that's it. Like that is where that candle goes to die. It does not continue its life afterwards, unless you're just reusing this wax to make like fire starters or, you know, things like that. Certainly reuse your wax that way, but you're not gonna burn it. You can make a new candle. I guess if you wanted to, you could get some new wicks and then pour this wax in and, you know, live your life that way. But I don't know, that's a lot of work and I am not here for it. Oh, I was so sad to finish this because it was my last one, but I enjoyed it because that is my rule in life. Burn the candles. Don't save them for special occasions because who knows? You might die. It's awful. I could have probably put that a little bit nicer, but who knows what time you have left on this planet, right? Like if you only have a week left, Wouldn't you want to spend that week just enjoying all the things that you love versus just saving them for some special occasion that you're never going to actually make it to because you're going to die? That's morbid. Sorry. I'm going to stop. But the moral of the story is enjoy the stuff that you have. Don't always think, oh, I am not worthy of using this thing right now. Like I have to wait for some kind of special time in my life to enjoy this thing that I really love. Just love it and burn it and use it now. Like wear the fancy perfume. You don't have to leave the house. You wear the perfume because you love it, right? So enjoy it. That's my new motto in life. Anyway, this I enjoyed. Pink Sands and Petals, delightful. This should absolutely come back every single year. More candles that were reviewed and crocked. Strawberry Mint Tart, delightful. This one actually still has a little bit of fragrance left in it, but it got to the point where I couldn't really smell it very well, and so out it went. This was such a disappointment. This is one of my first, well, not one of my first. I've had a couple of disappointments from Kringle Candle. Not very many, but there have definitely been some. Every candle company I have a disappointment with here or there. And in the case of Bath & Body Works, a lot of disappointments. But it is what it is, right? The Cotton Candy Clouds, virtually scentless for me. Even in the crock, where normally candles who don't perform burning will do quite well, couldn't smell a thing. So this only stayed in the crock for like a day before I was like, I can't smell this, turn it off. I'm not wasting my time with this. All right, one of the Kringles that I always burn through completely because it's fabulous. I love this scent, you guys. I just cannot recommend it enough, especially for the upcoming summer season. If you are looking for a fresh orange with just a touch of herbal, and you're someone who also really enjoys Nest Sicilian Tangerine, you have to try Sicilian Orange from Kringle. Oh, it's so good. This is absolutely delightful and burns like a champ all the way to the bottom. Clean, delightful, wonderful, good performance. Fabulous. Lavender Blueberry. Oh, real nice. But this was part of a, like, what did they call this collection? It was like returning favorites. There we go. Returning favorites collection. This was from that. I actually still have a couple of candles from that collection that I have yet to review. I'm still going to review them. I think most of them have sold out by this point. I just purchased so many dang candles over the last couple of months that I'm just getting more and more behind, because each time that a candle company that I adore comes out with something new, I buy that, and then I get excited about burning that, and then I forget, wait, I bought these other 6 candles here to also review. You should get to work on those first, girlfriend. All right, Essentials from Kringle, perfect. It is a dupe for Capri Blue Volcano. So this is gorgeous. If you like Volcano, but you hate the performance of the Capri Blue version, get this. Burns a heck of a lot better. This one looks a little funky because it was in the crock, and then I decided to pour out the wax. It's a lot easier to clean out these Kringle candle jars. I like to reuse these. So what I will do is, since the wick clips are loosened, sometimes I will just pour out the last little bit of wax and the wick clips just come out with it. If I allow the wick clips to harden again, it's sometimes harder to get them out. So it's just easier to pour the wax out while it's still melted. Sometimes I do that, and obviously sometimes I don't. I need to get better about doing it this way, because it does make cleaning out the jars a lot easier to be able to reuse or recycle them. This was another one that I poured out. Obviously you can see like the wax all over the side. This is Beautiful Day. This was a little bit of a disappointment, not in terms of the fragrance itself. It's a lovely spa-like relaxing scent, but just very, very light. So great for those of you that don't want a lot of oomph or very intense candles. I would recommend a fragrance like this from Kringle, because you're gonna get a lovely ambiance in your home without the fragrance just walking up to you and going poo, poo, poo. It's not gonna smack you in the face. Oh, I love this so much. I love this scent. This is Apricot Nectar and Wild Berry. You can still get this. This one's exclusive to QVC, so I'll try to link the QVC candles separately. Oh, and here we have a dud from HomeWorx, because again, it happens. This is pink lemon shortbread, guys. First of all, this was so light. The fragrance itself, once again, awesome, amazing, so delicious, so gourmand, so perfectly lemony and shortbready, but so light that I could barely really detect it. So I hope he keeps this fragrance around. I just hope that he can add more fragrance oils or change the wicks or whatever needs to be done to make this one work better. I want that desperately to come back because I love the fragrance. I have, I think, one more. I'm gonna save that one until the summertime to see if giving it a couple of months to cure works for it. Sometimes that does work for the HomeWorx. So, in fact, a lot of times it does. Now, there's a few where no matter how long I let them sit, they just don't ever improve and strengthen through. But the vast majority, I do get much more oomph out of if I just let them sit for a little while. So, dragon fruit, iced dragon fruit tea from Bath & Body Works. Loved it, but had to crock it. Would actually repurchase that just for the crocks or in my lamps. Pink grapefruit. Now this one was interesting because when I put this into the crock, it changed the color of the wax. Do you see how yellow this is? Normally this wax, even when it goes into the crock, stays, I wouldn't say snow white. It's kind of a creamy white, but this is very clearly a different shade here. I think it was just the oils that were used. So no big deal, didn't affect how it performed in the crock at all. I put that in the crock, right? Yeah, that was a crock one for sure. Oh gosh, now I'm starting to forget what I did in the crock and what I did in under the lamps. It doesn't matter. Just the vast majority were melted somewhere. Sprinkled birthday cake. Now this was a huge disappointment because I expected to love this based on cold sniff. When I burned it, no. It turned gross on me. It smelled quite sour. Also, it sooted, the wicks got to be a mess, but when I put it underneath my lamp, it was disgusting. It also had that like sour note. I couldn't do it. People were telling me, just take it back, even though you melted it. I don't know, I don't feel right doing that. I don't have a problem with other people making legitimate returns, but I think for me, the hassle of going back in and then also just, I don't know, just dealing with it, I don't know. I used to return candles all the time. I just don't do it anymore. I'll melt them and call it a day. Pomegranate lemonade. I love pomegranate lemonade. This one is delicious. This was one that I used underneath my lamp. Really, really nice. By the way, that is actually a really good look, those two together. This is the lid from the iced dragon fruit, but I kind of like this aesthetic, don't you? Pretty. Anyway, would totally repurchase that. It is delightful. Okay, this bad boy, she burns like a beast, but it's such a good fragrance. The white sangria. The wicks on this are awful. If you buy this, just put it underneath a lamp. In fact, I have one underneath a lamp in my office right now. I just recently poured a layer of the wax off. The candle lamp that I have does pretty well with my HomeWorx candles. It doesn't melt like all the way around, so sometimes I have to move the candle just a little bit on the platform to get all the edges to melt down, but it does a really good job of fragrancing the room that I have the candle in, and yeah, it's the candle lamp has been fantastic, and I think any of the white sangrias that I bought, I'm gonna have to use that way because they just don't burn worth beans, which is a bummer. So I finished this. It's really sad about actually finishing this. This was blackberry rose. Oh, so pretty. Look at this jar. I love this jar. I need to keep this. I gotta clean it out. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. When you clean out these jars here, you have to be kind of careful because they are like spray painted on the inside. So you don't want to like scratch the finish because you'll be able to see the scratches on the outside, like the scratched paint essentially. But it's pretty easy to do. I use the hot water method with the specialty glass. So I pour hot water in here. The wax floats to the top. I pick out all the wax bits, and then the water, I don't actually pour it down the drain. I go outside and just water a plant with it. It doesn't really have wax in it, but just in case there are some wax chunks, I just don't want those going down my drain. So I'll just pour this out outside and that's fine. And then hot soapy water, non-abrasive sponge, just keep cleaning until it gets sparkling clean. And then you can use it for things like cotton buds, Q-tips, if you will, cotton balls, I don't know, makeup brushes, whatever you want to use it for. All right, you guys, there's a bunch of wax melts. We're gonna do lightning round here. I've already talked about all of these in Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup. Prickly Pear and Agave, liked it, but would not necessarily repurchase. Just not sweet enough. Yeah, not sweet enough for me. Sugarberry Mint, this was in my top Scentsy Spring suggestions because it's fabulous. If you are the girliest of the girlies, you need this in your life. It smells like cotton candy and unicorns. Delicious. Raspberry Lollipop. I love this. This is from the Easter collection. It smells like a candied raspberry lollipop. Very aptly named. Love it. Borderline want to put it in my club, but I already have sun-ripened raspberry or sun-ripened berries. Is it raspberry or berries? I think it's sun-ripened berries. It's heavy on the raspberries, so I feel like I have my raspberry fix there, but I'm tempted. Strawberry Mint Tart. Delicious. Also burn the candle. Sugar. Aqualinas Pink Sugar, if you like that. Wait, you can't get this. Sorry, this was a Bring Back My Bar. Sorry to get your hopes up. Cloudberry Dreams. This is very sweet. This is very sweet floral. Borderline cloying. You gotta be careful with this one, but if you are the kind of person that likes sweet florals, this is right up your alley. Watermelon Tangerine, get out. It's delicious. Just get a bunch of these for summer. For most of you, I bet this would be like your signature fragrance in your house during the summer. I'm kind of tempted to make it mine. But then there's also Clementine Cupcake. Have you guys seen this? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. We'll come to it. Banana Berry, delicious, but was Bring Back My Bar. Lemon Drizzle Cake also comes in the Easter collection. It smells like lemon pound cake. It's so good. Another Strawberry Mint Tart Summer Holiday. This is like the floral version of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom scent. I love this. This is so pretty. I should probably put this in my club at the end of the current catalog because I have a feeling this is one that could get the axe at some point. And I would really be bummed if I didn't have this. It's that good. It's worth checking out. Blueberry Burst, also from the Easter collection. Artificial blueberry. Not awful, but artificial blueberry. So not a must-have for me. Another Lemon Drizzle Cake. Peach Nectar. Oh, it's like peach nectar with a slight floral note. So good. Just Vitamin R Relax from the All Is Well Wax collection. Nice, pleasant, just spa, clean, fresh fragrances in this collection. This is nice. It's enjoyable. Is that it? Clementine Cupcake. Ooh, have you guys smelled it? Oh, it's so friggin' good. It is the perfect combination of citrus and gourmand. Just make a splash. Tropical melon goodness. Just trust me. Just try it. It's so good. Sunday Fun Day. Oh, I still have this candle to review as well. After the wax melt, I'm kind of excited to light the candle up because this is nice. This is, it seems like it would be a boozy scent just because of the picture that they used, but it's really not boozy. It's just like a fruity summertime drink. I mean, it could be a cocktail, but it's fantastic. Very fruity. Another sugar. Plumeria Peach. A delightful mix of plumeria and peach. It's tropical, but also fruity. It's a tropical fruity. It's really nice. Aloe water and cucumber. This is my fancy lady bathroom scent. Yeah, if you like things to smell zen, clean, beautiful, relaxing, you know, like a bathroom should smell, you should try this. We're almost at the end. Another raspberry lollipop. Pink rhubarb sugar. Now I like this, but it is very tart and tangy. It's not as sweet as I would like, but I would still actually repurchase this. you really do get that rhubarb note in here. And there's also like a fruity, like raspberry note as well. This is really, really nice. Vanilla blackberry. This was a scent of the month. No. I mean, I used it, but I don't like it. Black raspberry vanilla. Now this is a vanilla blackberry raspberry. What is this? This is blackberry. This is black raspberry vanilla. Same thing as a blackberry, right? Oh, so good. This is just heavenly. It's a classic. It's usually around all the time. You can get this in bricks with your club order, but don't get the brick. It doesn't perform as well as the individual bar. Tangerine creamsicle. This is another one that could be top contender for like what I want my summer house to smell like. I don't have a summer house, but my house during the summer. It's so good. This is so good. A beautiful day, which I had the candle of as well. The wax melts didn't really do any better than, yeah, they really didn't do any better than the candle did. So just a light scent, very light. One more. Vitamin M for meditate. This smells like this almost smells like a men's cologne to me, but also zen at the same time. This one is definitely the perfumiest out of the like All Is Well collection for sure. Nice. I think it's a nice collection if you want to try something different. So you guys, that's it. That's the end of the empties for this month. Let me know what you burned and melted. Let me know if you have any questions. Alf and I are going to do some cleaning, recycling, de-waxing of jars, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.